What's up, Blue Jays fans? Rob Scott of the Jay Talking Podcast, back with another episode. This time, some trade analysis of the much contested Jose Berrios trade for Austin Martin and Simeon-Woods Richardson, a deal that many people on Twitter and podcasts that I've watched did not like. As a Blue Jay fan, I loved it right away because I thought it fit a perfect need that we had for this season and beyond. His age was perfect. Speaking of Berrios, his arm, the slot he fits into, he's a number 2 in my mind, and that's exactly what the Blue Jays needed. So let's break it down a little bit. Austin Martin, somebody I love, 6 foot, 185, 22-year-old, 5th pick in the 2020 draft by the Blue Jays. Could have been a number 1, one of the top bats for sure in that draft. Martin was actually originally drafted in 2017, 37th round. Played the National 15U team, played college ball with Vanderbilt, had a terrific career with them, 392 hitter one season. 3-position guy, third base, some outfield, center field, shortstop. With Vanderbilt, his numbers over 543 at-bats. He had 200 hits, 14 home runs, 76 ribbies, a 368 average, 474 on-base percentage, 532 slugging. Scored 146 runs and stole 14 bases. Caught 14 times. That's a 75% success rate. And had 39 doubles. In New Hampshire, he disappointed in terms of power, but you saw the rising numbers. I don't think it actually is anything to be concerned about. He had 2 home runs, 16 RBIs, a 281 average, a 424 on-base percentage, a 383 slugging, 9 steals, 3 caught stealing, again 75% steal percentage. And then with Wichita so far, he's 8 for 20. That's a 400 average with 6 runs, 6 ribbies, 6 walks. Overall in the minors, Austin Martin has 2 home runs, 22 RBIs, 292, 439, 394 slash. He scored 49 runs, stole 10 bags in about 60 games. So just to highlight what his real strengths are, obviously getting on base and scoring runs, he's sensational at. I don't know if he's going to run as much as he did in Vanderbilt with those 43 steals, basically in a season of games. He had 9 in New Hampshire, so it's not translating. He's not going to be a 40-steal guy, I don't think, but maybe he can touch 30. It does look like the power will be an issue with him, but even in the 2 home runs, 14 RBIs, he's hitting doubles. And typically, the body's still to grow. He's 22 years old, 6 foot, 185. That's not a small person. And so power definitely can develop further with him. 20 home run, 25 home run guy probably isn't outside of expectations. He had 39 doubles with Vanderbilt. So when you see that extra base hit power, the double then extends to a home run. So he's showing the extra base hit power. He's just not shown the over-the-wall power yet. So, but again, what I love about him is how much he gets on base and how he scores runs. He's definitely a run scorer. He's proven that on every level. Gets on base at every level. That's going to translate into the majors for sure. So what we gave up here, maybe, if you look at your best possible scenario, I'm going to say we gave up a 300 hitter, 20 home runs, 80 ribbies, 100 runs scored, 10, 15 steals, maybe 20. But his positionality may be an issue. He jumps around. He's basically broken down in Vanderbilt and in New Hampshire, and now with Wichita, his defensive positions have broken down just about evenly. So looking at his defensive positioning in Vanderbilt, where did he go? I had it here. It was basically an even break between shortstop, outfield, center field specifically, as the 2 main positions, but then also the corner positions. So he's showing, and that played exactly well with New Hampshire too. He showed the exact same positionality, mostly center field, mostly shortstop, and some corner positions in the outfield. So I think they're still trying to find his place. I think this is okay for the Blue Jays because they had a glut of these players that play middle infield and elsewhere, not exactly stars defensively, trying to find a spot for them. So that's why I'm okay with him going, even though I think we lost a significant bat who will be a very good major league hitter. But there's some weaknesses. The power could be a weakness. The defensive positioning could be a weakness. But he'll certainly get on base and score some runs if he plays. Now, the other player in this, Simeon-Woods Richardson, I'm a little iffy on. I'm not sure. I mean, I loved him early on. I really highlighted him in my own mind when we first picked him up. I thought, whoa, this kid, I liked him. He originally came over to the Blue Jays in the Marcus Stroman deal. Stroman for Anthony Kay and Simeon-Woods Richardson. He was the Mets' 6th overall prospect. He's 6'3", 210, 20 years old still, and he was drafted in the second round, 2018, by the Mets. 68th ranked player in MLB pipeline. Projected middle of the rotation guy. Big frame, room to grow, athletic. His fastball sits 91, 92 and has range between 90 and 95. Curveball, changeup, slider, changeup, which sit 82, 85 each respectively. Both grades from prospects were 50 on those pitches. His career numbers, 2018, 2019, 2021 combined, 169 innings, 9-14 record, a 4.09 ERA, a 1.22 WHIP. His year in 2019, he was 6-10 with 126 strikeouts, just 24 walks in 106 innings, 3.80 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. So you saw real promise there, especially for a 19-year-old. And then he went up to Double-A, and he's had a really rough start this year. And this is why you don't really know what he is yet. 78 1/3 innings, 2-4, 97 Ks. The Ks are still there, but the walks are way up. So his walk rate coming into this season was sitting at about 2, and it's 5.2 this year. He has 26 walks in 78 innings. Now, that's a small sample size, but 5.76 ERA, 1.5 WHIP. So it's a step back for sure for Woods, and that's concerning, but not being 20. There's a lot of room to grow. He sounds like a mature kid. In Berrios, I'm learning to say his name properly. He's a 2-time All-Star. Not a particularly hard thrower, but I've seen every year when you look at his stats, take out 2020, because 2020 could be an abbreviation for everybody with the COVID stuff. Every year, his ERA and his WHIP have improved. So let's go over that. 2016, he came in his rookie year, 8.02 ERA. He's a first rounder as well. 2017, 3.89, then dropped to 3.84, then 3.68, went to 4 in 2020, and now down to 3.23. The WHIP, likewise, every season, basically dropped outside the 2020 year. He strikes out 9 per inning on average, walks 2.9. But again, what's so good about him is he fits the exact need that we had for this team, which is a number two starter in a rotation that is not particularly deep. There's question marks with the rookie and Alek Manoah, even though he's pitched lights out. There's question marks in Robbie Ray, who's basically had one good season in his career. So a stable pitcher, an important pitcher, fits the number 2. 27 years old, still in that perfect prime age where he still has some ceiling probably to get better. Now, the only drawback is he's signed until next year, so we got him the rest of this year and all of next year. If we lose him, then it's an awful deal. But I think overall, it's exactly what we need. It's a good deal for this team now, and it's a good deal in the future. We can now build around this. All that matters on the Major League roster, all that matters is the Major League roster. The minor leagues don't matter at all. So if we sell everybody in the minor leagues, I don't care as long as we get players who are all within an age group and all working toward the same goal. So I like this deal, and I'm sticking with that. Thank you for watching. We'll talk soon.